Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to my third attempt at recording this video. I recorded once for 5 minutes. I got a phone call. Second time recorded for like 15-20 minutes, and then Joffrey's stupid ass stepped on my power cord, shut everything off, so that whole thing got deleted, guys. The whole tutorial, guys. So if I sound a little crazy in this one, guys, that's just the way things are, okay? So I'm giving a tutorial, a beginner's guide from a beginner on how to make a beat, okay? Using FL Studio, all right, okay? So, like I said before, like the first thing you're going to make sure you have, okay, is I don't like starting from scratch, okay? I'm not musically gifted enough to do that. So what I'll do is I'll usually start off with a sample, okay? Or like a loop, okay? And like I said before, there's ways to get loops in FL Studio, like through FL Studio, but it's pretty difficult because stuff is all over the place, okay? So what I like to do is I like to use Splice, okay? Now Splice, okay, let me open my browser back up again. So Splice, we search Splice. Search Splice, okay? Splice is this software that Elijah has paid a subscription for, okay? And what it does, it's a huge library of sounds, okay? Now, if you want that information, you can get it from Elijah, okay? It makes it infinitely easier. It's also very cool. There's also they have their own instruments, but let's not get too deep into it. You want somewhere to get sounds, Splice is a good spot. Are you calling? Hello, someone knock on the door? What's up? Huh?
How easy that was, Brandon.
Ashley,
And that took you 2 weeks.
I got home. Okay, Ashley, don't. So you know what happens? I drive for an hour and a half because I work in freaking Africa, and then I get back. So part of the interruption, I got interrupted. Okay, I forgot where I was. So yeah, Splice. Okay, so Splice is where you get your loops and your samples and your sound effects. I also sometimes, you know what I'll do? I'll search just like sound effects, sound FX, and no, I don't want. Look, it gave me Splice. I don't want Splice. Let's do yeah, free sound. Okay, and then like if I want a certain sound, I'll just search like friggin' fart, and it'll get a bunch of fart sounds. Look at this. Okay, cool. So Splice for loops and samples, searching for sounds. Free sounds also good. Sometimes I will screen record as well. So you want a baseline, okay? So let's open FL Studio. Hey, look, it's Elijah. Hey, Elijah Cameo. Look at that, Elijah Cameo. Okay, so open FL Studio. It'll give you a bunch of options. It'll give you your recent projects and start a new project. What I like to do, okay, default gives you a basic 808 with limiter. Okay, so this is FL Studio. So the important things here, okay, things to take note of. Okay, whenever you hover over something, in the top left, right under Elijah Mencias, it'll give you, it'll tell you what it is right here. So I'm hovering over this and it says it's a hint panel, okay? It's a hint panel, okay? If I hover over this over here, it says view piano roll, okay? So if anything I hover over, if I don't know what I'm about to click, look in the top left, it'll tell you what you're about to click. Okay, so there's like 3 uber important things, okay? There is, if we go over here, okay, if we hover over it, keep the playlist. The playlist is where all your tracks are going to be. It's this thing that I'm staring at on the screen right now. If I click it, it goes away. Okay, it's not there anymore. Click it, it shows back up. This is the playlist. This is where all your tracks are going to be. Next important thing is the piano roll. This is how you play instruments and, you know, get notes. Very important for when you want to add instruments. The third important thing is the channel rack, the thing that I pay attention to as well. The channel rack is it allows you to put like notes on certain beats. Okay, so if I click over here, it's the metronome. This thing goes tick 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 tick. If I click this, and then I click play, tick 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 tick, and then I click here. If I left click it to highlight, right click it to make it go away. If I left click it, it's gonna play on the first note of every bar. Okay. If I add more, it's gonna, you know, okay. Oh wow, wow. If I add 2 more. Amazing. Okay, we're gonna stop that. So that's a channel rack. It's just a way to play a note or like a beat on every beat, whatever. So these are 3 important things: piano roll, channel rack, playlist. Okay. So now we're gonna pull up Splice, which I explained earlier. This is the first thing I do when I want to make a beat. Okay. I pull up Splice. Come on, Splice. What are you doing, Splice? Why are you taking forever? I'm gonna close Splice. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're in there. Okay. This is Splice. Okay. In a near infinite library of sounds. Okay. So the first thing I will do, okay, is I get something from Splice as a baseline if I don't already have something. Not a literal baseline, but like as a baseline, like figuratively, okay? So what we can do, actually, let's search baseline, okay? Let's search baseline. So what I'll do, so when you search, it'll give you like just a million things that will fit this criteria that you search. So if if I hover over the sound, oh, that's a baseline. Wow, go down. She's literally saying baseline. Okay. Stop that. Okay, stop. So when you search something, it automatically does by most popular. I don't like doing that because I like finding like weird stuff and cool and like niche things. So what I'll do every single time I search something, I sort by random. So that just gives me a bunch of random stuff that I might never find. Okay, and then literally what I'll do is I'll just listen to all of these one by one until I find something cool, right? And it's gonna take a lot of time, okay? So what you could do if you want to like you can click these things to like sort by genres and stuff. So let's make like a something soul, something funky. Let's make some like look, they got Funk House. Okay, Funky House. Let's just pick like a random one because I don't care that much for this tutorial aspect. Okay, this is dubstep. I don't want dubstep, low key. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna add another genre. Okay, let's add funk. There's only 3 bass lines. Okay, let's make this one. Base first one. Okay, so things to pay attention to here. It gives you a lot of info. So you can get the BPM, the key, and how long it is. Right. So BPM is very important when you're making music because you need to know like the tempo. So we'll just pick this one. Okay, it's 90 BPM. So if we want to actually use this, we have to save it to our library, okay? So the thing about Splice is that there's a limited amount of stuff you can save. You can see up here in this top right, there's credits, okay? Elijah pays for these credits. I've sent him some money, okay? Since I'm like taking his credits, okay? So if you want to do that, maybe be nice, give Elijah a look. Throw him a couple dollars, okay? Okay. So we're gonna save this one right here. So we click this plus sign. See 1 credit, boom. We now can use this in FL Studio. But additionally, what I'll do is I'll add it to a playlist. So like this is from the previous video I did. So I made a collection here called Bobo Binka. Okay, let's make a new one. Let's call it Poopy Poop. Okay, this is Poopy Poop. It's a collection. So now if we go to Poopy Poop, we see the stuff that we just had. We see that's also added in our library. Okay, wow. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay, so now pause. We want to put this in FL Studio. It's actually very, very easy, okay? I usually work on 2 screens. So what we're going to do is going to take this, we're going to drag it, put it right there. Oh my God, it's on FL Studio. We got something there. So if you notice, okay, we got a beat that was 90 beats per minute. The tempo was 90 beats per minute. But if we go to our track, our tempo is 130. That's not the same. So what you want to do is you click this top left on your audio clip. It gives you like a bunch of like settings that you can do with it. You could chop it. You can do a bunch of fades. We're not worried about that. This is a beginner guy for a beginner. Okay, so what I do is I'll you don't detect tempo. You fit tempo. Okay, if you fit the tempo, so fit the tempo. You type in the tempo, 90 beats per minute. So it'll make it fit within like the tempo of the track. So now if you change the tempo, oh my gosh, Julianne, hello.
Hi.
I'm making a tutorial for making beats.
Hmm?
I'm making a tutorial.
Oh, am I interrupting?
No. I forgot where it was. Okay, so. Okay, I remember where it was. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. You click this up here, okay? This gives you all the settings for your audio clip. You're gonna want to click fit the tempo, okay? You're gonna type in the BPM, okay? And you're gonna type 90 because it said 90 on Splice. And you're gonna click this check mark, and what it does is it fits it in the constraints of your playlist. So if you up the tempo here, okay, you can just click and drag up to 120. It'll change to 120. Wow, And I click. Okay, so if I want to hear anything in the playlist, okay, you have to go from pattern to song, because what pattern mode does is it plays the sound in your pattern on your piano roll, and then you click hear song to hear what's actually on the thing. So if we hear this, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So this is 120 BPM. If we could make it go like super low, like friggin' 56, okay, I'll make it lower. Okay, so let's make it a little faster than what the original one was. Let's do 110. Let's do 110. Okay, boom, 110. Okay, we got this bass line. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's also get some drums. Let's go back here. Let's search drums. Let's make it real funky. We can search by genre. Okay, you got funk. Oh, did I click funk? I did click funk. Okay, we got funk. Okay, then we're gonna change from most popular. We're gonna sort by random. Find some random sounds. Okay, let's just. One thing I like to pay attention to is the BPM. So like sometimes, I can imagine like when I make it fit, I want the BPMs to be the same. So you gotta make sure it's something that's like either somewhat close or something that you think is gonna sound good sped up. Let's do this one. Okay, this was 126. Let's do 126. So we use one credit. Boom. That right from Elijah's wallet. Okay. Then we're gonna add this to our collection, our playlist, PP Poop. Okay. Then we go to PP Poop, and now we can just drag this. Drag this into FL Studio. Yeah. Wow. It's not gonna fit, so we gotta click this. We're gonna fit to tempo. We're gonna type in the BPM, which is 126. Okay. Now it fits it in here. Now it lines up. It lines up perfectly. So what we can do is we can hit play. Oh my god. Yeah, this is ass. Okay. Now you notice this doesn't fit the whole thing, okay? You gotta make it fit. Okay, so what I do, I don't know if this is the optimal way to do this, is what I do. What I do is I hit shift, you hit shift, you hold left click, and what it does is it makes a copy. Okay? And you can move it and just put it right here. Boom. So you can do it again. Boom. Do it again. Boom. So what I did, I pressed shift left click. If I press shift left click and then just don't move, it still makes a copy, but it's like right on top. So you gotta be careful with that. So if I play this. Oh, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay. So now we got pretty like solid, like, you know, oh my god, this is a beat. We got a beat going on. So okay. So let's actually double this again. So what we can do is hold control. When you hold control and you left click, it lets you select multiple things. Okay, hold control, and then we're gonna hold shift. We're gonna left click again, and guess what that'll do? It'll do the whole thing. Boom. Okay. So now we got a little something going on. Okay, a little something going on. Okay. So that's like just how you like get, like, you know, drag stuff from Splice, get your samples, put it in there. Okay, put it in there. Okay. Another thing that I like to do is let's split some stems. So what stems are, it's like the different parts of the song. You got your bass, you got your vocals, you got your drums, you got your instruments. So what we do is we can find a sample that's like more than just one instrument, because right now we just did the drums, we just did the bass, but we can find a sample that has a bunch of instruments in it, right? And then you could split those instruments up, and then you can use just like one part, and like that's how you get like unique sounds. So let's search song starters. That's like a big thing that's in Splice. It's called song starters, and it's like a whole song. Okay, so we're gonna sort by random to get some crazy freaky deaky stuff. Let's also let's not do funk. What can we do? What funk in let's do funk in neo soul. Wow, funk and neo soul. Okay, let's go through I kind of want something with the same BPM. Okay, I don't care. Let's go pick this one. Right here. Okay, we're gonna add a credit. We're gonna put it to PP Poop. Okay, go to PP poop. Did I edit? Hello. Let's go back. Okay, let's do it again. Add to PP poop. Okay, now it's here. Right now we're gonna drag it to FL again. Drag over. Boom. We're gonna match the tempo. So it's 75. We're gonna fit the tempo. We're gonna type in BPM. We're gonna type 75. So now it fits in the song. We can, we can drag it over so it's the same length as everything else, but we're not gonna do that yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna split it. So what we're gonna do is click this thing to get all the details, get all the funk, get everything you want to know about it, right? And then you can see here extract stems from sample. So what you do, you click that, and it tells you what all the stems are gonna be. You click extract, does a little loading, does a little processing, right? Okay, and then it should give us 4 separate tracks that we can play with. We can go crazy with. Okay. All right. Okay. No. Okay. Boom. So it'll keep the original one and then give you 4 new. You can just delete the original one. Doesn't matter. So what I did to delete it was I just right click deletes. Left click is how you move stuff. Okay, so we're gonna right click it, delete it, and now we got all these new things. So let's turn these 2 off so we can hear. Okay, I already have a bass line, so I don't really care about the bass line. I kind of want the vocals. So we'll keep the vocals. We'll turn everything else off. Turn this back on. Let's see what it sounds like. It might sound like ass. Let's see. Okay. So I didn't like the whole thing. So okay. So now we're gonna get into a little bit more. We're getting a little chopping. We're gonna start chopping. Okay. So so the basic tool that you have is this paint tool, right? And that's how you select everything and delete stuff. We're gonna now switch to the slice tool. Okay. What the slice tool does is if you click on a line, right, it'll cut it. It'll cut it there. So let's go here. So I like this part right here. Okay, let me loop it. So you want to loop? If you want to loop something, you right click. Boom. I like this part. I like that. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna click here. Boom. Cut it out. Click here. Boom. And now it's gone. Or now it's separated. Okay. So now if I want to delete the other parts, we go back to the paint tool, and I'm gonna right click it because right click is how we delete. I'm gonna drag this over. Okay. So we're gonna play. Okay. Okay. I'm putting another one right here. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. Now let me go back. Let's see what else we got in the vocals. Okay, let's put this here actually, so it's actually even. Okay. So that's how, like, if you want like a specific part of a song, that's how you like split the stems and cut it out. And, get something. Let's say get something going. Okay. There's a cat meowing on my door. Okay. Okay. I'm also gonna. Okay. Let me select all this, and then I'll put it over here, so it's kind of matchy. Okay. Next, what I like to do, we got a pretty good I want that super early, so I'm gonna take out the first 2. Now, what we can do next, I kind of want a saxophone because we're getting that, getting real jazzy kind of. We were funky and jazzy. So let me search saxophone. Let me go to browse. I'm gonna search saxophone. We're gonna sort by random. Okay. Sort by random. Okay, these are kind of ass. Let me just go to funk real quick. I'm trying to make it sound good. At least a little bit. Okay, that sounds like it'd be cool. I don't know. I'm kind of just freestyling right now. Okay, so we're gonna add it. Okay, add it to our library. We're gonna put it in our playlist. we call it poo poo peep. Let's go to poo poo peep. Boom. Okay, it's now in poo poo peep. Okay, we drag it over. Okay, okay, okay. Then we match the tempo. Okay, fit the tempo. We're gonna type in 120. Okay, it fits it here. And now let's hear it. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so normally what I like to do is I kind of I like to keep it in like in like 8 bars, just because okay, I'm not gonna focus on that. Okay, so we got a good song going on right now. Okay, so we've made a beat, we've added some hella instrumentals. Okay, we're gonna get into like playing, like getting some keys and like, get some instruments. Okay. So what we're gonna do is go to here. We're gonna click the piano roll. We got a piano roll going on, okay? Now, the piano roll is how you play instruments, okay? If you go to on here, this file browser, you can go to instruments. Okay, let's go to instruments. Let's go to a piano. Okay, if we click piano, we hold and click it over. Okay, click it over here. Oh, did that? Okay, yeah. Now it's in here. So if we click these, wow, we got a piano going on. We got a piano going on, and then what you can do is if you want to play notes, you just like drag it here. Okay, let's do this. Let's go good old scale. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so now if we click play on the pattern, not the song, it'll just play this. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we're really doing it. Okay. Okay. So what I do normally, okay, this is probably not the way to do it. Okay, what I do is so anytime you generate a pattern from the keys, it'll show up in this pattern section. Okay, so this is your sounds. This is your automation clips, which is we're not even gonna get to that right now. And these are patterns. Okay, so what I do is I drag the pattern over. Okay, I put it on the playlist. Okay, and then what I'll do is this is what I'll do. Okay, this is this kind of sketchy stuff I do. Okay, I'll loop like a section where I want the pattern to be, and I'll play the song. Okay, and then I'll edit the pattern so I can like kind of hear it as it's with everything. Okay, this is probably not how you're supposed to do it. This is how I do it right now. So we're gonna just we're gonna kind of just add some random notes. Okay, this is kind of ass, but it's not, it's about the way you think about it. Did in the playlist, we can like hold and click and drag, and then we can shift it over. So now we got multiple. Okay. Okay. So now we got a little bit of a piano. We got a little bit of piano going on, right? We got piano going on right now. So one thing that I heard, okay, I was watching a bunch of tutorials in FL Studio, and they mentioned this thing about counter melodies, right? Hold on, let me. Okay, hold on. Let's make this all weird. Let's make this like let's make this all weird. Let's add a bunch of random shit. Let's see how this sounds. This is so bad. I just also want to show you how you can I just want to show you how you could move it forward. Okay, so one thing you could do, like, so we have an instrument, right? We got this grand piano, right? But we don't really like the way it is, so we can switch it up. So what you do is you can right click this grand piano. You right click it, it brings up all these crazy settings, right? So what you could do is you can change like how it sounds if you. That's ass. Okay. Okay, we're gonna scrap that. We're gonna scrap that. So we're gonna the next part of making a beat that I do is I like to chop it up sometimes. I like to so basically what that means is that like I'll like cut it and like create like random gaps. Oh, what happened to my What happened to my? Okay, so the good thing about having your stuff saved into a library is that if I lose it, like I just did, I could just drag it. I can just drag it back. I can just drag it back in, and now I have it back. And I just I fit it to tempo, and now it's back. So now we got our nice little saxophone. Nice little saxophone thing going on. Got a nice little vocals going on. Okay. Okay. So like I was saying before, sometimes I'll cut stuff a little bit. So like, let's say at the end, I'll cut off this. I'll cut off this end. Cut off this end. I'll cut off this last beat, this last bar. Okay, I'll cut off the last bar, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in like the next part of the song. So then I'll put this. I'll like make a little gap here. Okay, so we got a little gap going on here, and then I'm gonna take these other instrument that I got rid of. I'm gonna kind of bring it in. Let me see what it sounds like. Okay, I kind of like it, but it's kind of not working. So I'm gonna do some weird stuff. I kind of want it to. I don't like how loud it is. I kind of want it to like go up and down. So what I'll do is I'll cut it, okay, and I'll drag it, and it'll like make it fade. And I can like drag it. Oops. I can like drag it so it like fades back in. I don't like that either. Okay, I kind of fuck with that. And then we cut it again so it fades back a little bit. Okay, I kind of like that. And then we'll do another 8. Oops. Paint. Switch to paint. You can only do that shift like copy thing if you have paint on. So do that again. Let's do hue. And I kind of want to add these. Oh, so I kind of want to add these back in. So I'm gonna shift these over here. Here, I think. Okay, I don't like how it goes back up. I kind of want it to stay in that that I don't like that it like kind of. So let me do this. Watch this. This is what I'll do. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it at the halfway between 8. Okay, then get rid of this, and then just take these and repeat it again. Okay, repeat it again. Okay, and I'll get rid of the second half. I'll do this again. Take all this. Oops. Then we'll do this. Okay. Okay. And then what I'll do, okay, so then we'll kind of mess up at the end. We'll get a little real weird at the end too. So what I'll do is I'll chop like halfway between the beats. Let's do this. Let's do ooh. 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 And then we're gonna like delete these. Okay. Oh, this is so bad. Let's get a clap. Search clap. Search clap. I need a good clap. Okay. See, let's make this one. Let's make this clap. Credit. Pee pee poop. Pee pee poop. Oops. Oh my god. Holy god. Oh my. Like We had a little skip. So now what if you put a clap on every skip, bro? What if we do? Hold on. What's before? What if we do? Okay, and I'm just gonna, I'm kind of over it. I've restarted this video so many. So what I'm just gonna finish it off with we're gonna finish it off with this last part. We're gonna replay the saxophone. I really like the saxophone. Okay. Yeah, you know what, man? You know what, man? Yeah. Yo, if you need any more questions, if you have any more, hold on. Let me show you how to save. So you go to File. We're gonna go Save. We're gonna save this as I hate FL Studio. Okay, we're gonna hit Save. Okay, and if you want to share with everyone what you got, you go to File. You go to Export. WAV file is perfect. And we got it out here. It's gonna be in our projects. I hate FL Studio. Click good old Start. And now we did it, guys. So if you have any more questions, please let me know. Oh my god.